Welcome back EFD squad. Today we're looking at 10 January transfers which could save your club's season. Let's dive straight in. 10. Goretzka to Arsenal. For all their problems in defence, Arsenal's key weakness has long been midfield and the way the players in the centre of the park manage transitions. Aaron Ramsey clearly thinks of himself as a number 10, while Granit Xhaka lacks the mobility to cover for the Welshman, leaving the Gunners one competent midfielder, Santi Cazorla, whose leg might fall off at any given moment. Time for Wenger to do what he does best and buy a young, cheap prospect. Leon Goretzka looks set to leave Schalke on a free, having played over 100 games for the club by the age of 22, so a small fee could bring him in January. The German is a full international, with 6 goals in 12 caps, and can perform a variety of midfield roles. Over the last 3 seasons, he's always averaged over 3.5 tackles and interceptions a game, hitting 5.5 in 15-16, and he's begun to add a goal threat too, with 5 strikes last year and 4 already this term. With decent dribbling ability, Goretzka would also help Arsenal negotiate the heavy pressing now common in the Premier League, and already he's got a rapport with former teammate Said Kolasinac and international ally Mesut Ozil. But Wenger better hurry, with Liverpool and Manchester City reportedly also chasing the young man's signature. 9. Diego Costa to Atletico Madrid. Good news for Atletico fans, this one is already in the bag, and Simeone's side are in dire need. Though the Rojiblancos are currently above their crosstown rivals, they have dropped from scoring 1.8 goals a game last year to 1.6 this term. That's because they're currently struggling to get the best shot quality. Last year, 50% of their shots came from inside the box and 10% came from less than 6 yards out. This season, 45% are coming from inside the box and 5% from under 6 yards. That's a huge drop, but Diego Costa specialises in getting shots from good positions. In Chelsea's title-winning 16-17 campaign, he was 8th in the league for shots inside the 6-yard box and 2nd for shots inside the 18, behind only Sergio Aguero. He also led the league for goals from set pieces with 6, while Atletico this season are struggling to make dead balls count, taking fewer shots from set pieces than all but 2 of the division's 20 teams. Fernando Torres has been a loyal servant to the Colchoneros, but Costa is a huge upgrade and could see Atleti finish above Real for only the 2nd time since 1996. 8. Butland to Dortmund. As much as Dortmund fans may love Roman Weidenfeller, they have to admit the big man is now terrible. The veteran has surrendered his place to Roman Bürki, but the Swiss has proved somewhat underwhelming. This season, Bürki has allowed over a goal a game in the Bundesliga and 2 a game in the Champions League, while making a pitiful 1.4 saves per goal. That's worse than Crystal Palace's Wayne Hennessy. There's no reason a great club like Dortmund should have a worse keeper than a team fighting relegation. So, the Schwarz-Gelben should consider a move for Stoke's Jack Butland. At 24, the Englishman is 3 years younger than Bürki, and though the Potter's ragged defence has led him to concede 18 already this campaign, he's averaged over 2 saves a goal over the last 2 seasons. That's better than Bürki under Thomas Tuchel. After 4 years at the club, Butland has experienced at the top level and would surely jump at the chance to join one of Europe's most exciting setups. With Transfermarkt valuing the player at €15 million, he could represent an easy way to improve BVB's woeful defensive record this season. 7. Batshuayi to Everton. With the Toffees attack moving like treacle, Everton are in desperate need of some pace up front in January, and the solution could already be wearing a blue shirt. Chelsea forward Michy Batshuayi arrived at Stamford Bridge for €40 million in 2016, but has since played under 500 league minutes for the club, a quarter of the time Jack Wilshere has spent on the field in the same period. Last season, Batshuayi was one of Chelsea's fastest players, getting clocked at 34.1 km/h in the Premier League. Only 4 Everton players were quicker, and of those, Aaron Lennon remains at the club, with Lukaku, Valencia and Deulofeu all departing. Despite his limited time on the pitch, the former Marseille man has scored 7 goals and laid on 1 assist, contributing to a goal every 62 minutes. He's also produced 19 shots from inside the box, averaging 3.4 per game, while Everton as a club have produced 6 a match, ranking them 13th in the Premier League. With Antonio Conte preferring Willian or Hazard in a false 9 role during Morata's injury, the 24-year-old could move for under 35 million. A Belgian Chelsea reject has worked well for Everton before. 6. Lucas Moura to AC Milan. 2017-18 was supposed to be the year of AC Milan's renaissance, but after 6 losses in their first 14 Serie A games, they look consigned to another year in the domestic wilderness. Despite spending close to €200 million in the summer of 2017, the Rossoneri have scored fewer goals than 5th place Lazio and conceded twice that of 4th place Roma. New signing Andre Silva has failed to register a single goal in his first 8 league appearances, while the club's top goal scorer and chief creator is currently Spanish midfielder Suso. If AC Milan harbour European aspirations, they'll need someone who can contribute from the off, and we think we've found just the man. Lucas Moura signed for PSG in 2013 amid interest from Manchester United and Chelsea, and has since won an impressive 11 trophies in 4 years. But the arrivals of Di Maria, Draxler, Mbappe and Neymar over the last 3 years have drastically reduced his playing time. With Moura in the team, Milan could line up in a familiar 4-3-3, using his pace and dribbling ability, which Milan's severely lacking at the moment, to stretch sitting defences, which shouldn't be hard given the passing abilities of Çalhanoğlu and Suso. And after accumulating only 72 minutes in 14 match weeks, we're positive the Brazilian would be receptive to any potential suitors. 5. Ricardo Pereira to Atlético Madrid. One of the hallmarks of Diego Simeone's Atletico has been a consistent starting 11. Mainstays in the squad include Gabi, Godin, Felipe Luis, Saul and defensive stalwart Juanfran. The latter turns 33 this January, so the Colchoneros may want to think about a long-term replacement. Juanfran has always put up exceptional defensive numbers, completing 4.8 tackles and interceptions per 90 while at his peak. Since then, there's been a gradual decline, most notably in his attacking numbers. At current, he's averaging 0.4 crosses per game, less than half the year before, and his key passes per 90 peaked at former club Osasuna, which is no surprise given he's the more defensive-minded of Atleti's fullbacks. With this in mind, Porto's 24-year-old right-back Ricardo Pereira could be a good fit for the combative, dogged Atletico. This season, he's averaging a massive 5.7 tackles and interceptions for the Portuguese Giants, maintaining his form after an excellent 16-17 season on loan at Nice. Going forward, he also poses a significant threat. This season, he's providing 1.5 key passes and 1.5 crosses a match, twice the amount managed by Real Madrid's gallivanting right-back Dani Carvajal. His current market value is £9 million, but Porto are famously good at negotiating a favourable price, so Atletico can expect to pay around 3 times that, but at 24, he's still got his peak years ahead of him. 4. Ghoulam to Manchester United. So far in 2017-18, Manchester United have used Daley Blind, Matteo Darmian and Ashley Young at left-back, and the 3 players have combined to create 16 chances in the league. By comparison, Danny Rose and Ben Davies have made 26 scoring opportunities for Tottenham, so the Red Devils could do with greater production from the left flank. Napoli's Ghoulam could be the perfect solution. The Algerian is out for the rest of the campaign with an ACL injury, but is just 26, making him a long-term solution for the Old Trafford outfit. Last season, Ghoulam created 57 chances for his teammates, a better tally than every other United player bar Paul Pogba, earning 6 assists in the process. This year, he already had 3 before his injury, and his 6'2" frame should appeal to Jose Mourinho, helping him to a massive 71% aerial win rate, better than Giorgio Chiellini. Best of all, Ghoulam's contract expires in 2018, with the defender stalling on a new deal, a potential bargain if United move quickly. 3. Malcom to Southampton. With a back 5 of Forster, Hurt, Cedric, Van Dijk and Bertrand, the Saints are well stocked in defence, but the attack is failing to fire. The South Coast side have scored 13 goals in 13 Premier League games this season, the same number as newly promoted Brighton, and the 12th best record in the division. 5 of those goals have come from set pieces and penalties, so Mauricio Pellegrino's side could use some more creativity. Step forward Bordeaux youngster Malcom, who is currently producing a massive 2.7 chances a game, the same as Emil Forsberg and Kevin De Bruyne. Just 20 years old, the Brazilian has 5 goals and 4 assists after 14 league and matches, meaning he's been involved in just 1 goal fewer than Cayenne, who are currently 6th in the league. Malcom's ability to beat defenders could also come in useful at a side still missing Sadio Mane. He's managing 3 dribbles per 90 at a crazy 73% success rate. That's more take-ons than Mbappe, with a better completion rate than Messi. Oh, and he's 20 years old, making his potential frankly terrifying. 2. Rodri to Liverpool. To a certain extent, Liverpool's problems can be solved by waiting. Since 2009, only 1 team has allowed fewer shots against them than the Reds after 12 games, but over 40% of those are on target, compared to a league average of 32, and 19% of them go in, compared to a league average of 11%. Klopp's team have defensive whirlwind Naby Keita arriving in the summer, who will certainly be an improvement on Chan and Wijnaldum. However, the Guinean is not a dedicated holding midfielder as you might think, and playing him as one would prevent him from breaking the lines and joining the attack, 2 of his greatest strengths. So, the Scousers could do worse than bringing in Villarreal's Rodri. The 21-year-old is a great passer, completing more than 60 a game, that's Modric levels, with a 90% accuracy and hitting a huge 5 long balls a game, more than Jordan Henderson. He also outstrips Hendo in the defensive department too, making 4 tackles and interceptions per game to the Englishman's 2.3 and winning 70% of his aerial duels compared to Henderson's 60. Plenty of room to develop and a relatively low price tag, the Spaniard could help Keita flourish and bring the title back to Anfield. 1. Koke to Barcelona. Much like Liverpool, Barcelona need to find some help at the base of midfield. Sergio Busquets is still a brilliant player, but the 3-time Champions League winner has lost a little pace he had. The new acquisition Paulinho is already 29. The Catalans could look to Atletico Madrid's Koke, a player with the passing ability required at the Camp Nou, but with the toughness and work ethic needed to move the club forward. Like Busquets and Rakitic, Koke completes more than 60 passes a game, and over 60% of those go upfield, with the Spaniard creating 1.7 chances each match. That's more than any Barca midfielder this season, including Iniesta. But he doesn't shirk his defensive duties either, completing more tackles and more interceptions in La Liga last year than every Barcelona player. Koke has been among La Liga's top 10 assisters now for 5 consecutive seasons and is just 25 years old, making him the perfect man for the Blaugrana to build a new super team around. But with a contract until 2024, Barca might have to pay his buyout clause, which is 150 million euros. Ouch. So guys, there are 10 players that might save your club's season, but have we missed anyone out? Should we do a part 2? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, go and check out Stat Wars. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.